Hello, and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft server to the lab, where it's science time all of the time, except for 4 o'clock on a Wednesday, that's yoga. As you can see, the base is now a lot more breezy. I might need to get some more windows installed. We have cut through the big semicircular window thing all the way through to the other side now, out to my farms. And we're going to have a similar thing on this side, and then other buildings coming through. The tower, I've been working on that a bit, getting some glass in. You can see a little bit of the villager trading hall area poking out through here. I want to emphasize this more. You can see I've kind of like, uh-oh, that's bad. I've kind of allowed it to poke through the mountain a little bit, but then I've kind of like made the mountain go over here, and I don't want that. I want this to fully stick out more instead of making the mountain cover it up. So we will be working on that too. I now have some really good armor, or much better armor at least anyway, a bunch of tools going on, plenty of diamonds, plenty of other things going on. We are going strong, folks. Survival-wise, we're doing it. But you can see a big old area over here, and this is where we want to work on today. I have a very odd, interesting, strange, good, maybe, project that we're going to be working on. So let's just jump straight into it and get working. So to be a proper scientist, not only do you need your clipboard to write things down like we were last episode, but you also need measuring implements. You need things to flick switches of and right-click stuff, and oh look, a compass that points that way, left. Remember to write down left. Also a clock, hey, there's a sun there. This lamp's an indicator of when this lamp turns on. Look, it works. But everything you see here, all the bells and whistles behind me, all bells, that's actually a really good one, these are not good enough. I have thought of a much better way to be able to indicate to me and to everyone else in the lab exactly what is happening. Now, to the untrained eye, it might seem completely out of place that I'm heading to my sheep container and yanking one out. Oh, not the baby. Okay, well, the baby can come out too, that's fine. Not the other adults! And I know, I have a very strange fascination when it comes to sheep, but this time it's actually for a proper reason, I promise. Much like the levitating pig from the very end of last season, we are going to be levitating this sheep by hooking him up to a fence post, like so. No, why did you come in this room with me? You're not meant to be in here. Okay, we lure him out and away, and then we run round real quick, and before he follows us, haja, haja, we hook him on, and that means, yes, he's pulled very, very tightly because the lead is now only a certain length, and it makes it so he basically levitates, which is very, very cool. I'm so sorry about your face. And then with a piston, we can make him wiggle. And look, he just wiggles up and down like that. Full-on levitating animals. So like I said, I did this with a pig before, but the sheep has the added benefit of... Now that's an evil stare if I ever saw one. We can select up to 16 colours of sheep. So, oh hey, the red sheep's wiggling? That must mean my red stuff's ready. The blue one's wiggling? The blue stuff's ready. I should have thought of better examples before doing this. But yes, 16 different indicating sheep wiggly butts. There we have it, successfully boinged our way into a 4x4 wall of sheep. This is the wool wall, the wool wall. Get it? The wool wall. And speaking of wool, this is actually a very bad wool farm as well. We can shear these guys, maybe not the ones slightly higher up. We might do like a gantry or something to be able to reach them, like a little platform or something. Haja! I can reach those. It's raining down. Obviously, we need to colour these accordingly. For instance, I have my melon and pumpkin farm that's just pumping away automatically over there. Eventually, I want them to flow into the big villager tower, and when they do, when they flow past a certain area, I want an orange sheep to boing, so I know that my melons and pumpkins are working, and then we have 15 other choices for other kind of indications. But yeah, this wool farm thing, it got me thinking, right, because all these little naked sheep here that I've already sheared, they're never going to get their wool back, and that is stupid, but there is a way we can solve it. If we quickly just head on out here, grab a piece of grass with Silk Touch, like so, head back in, we can actually put this grass underneath one of these sheep. You'll see that they're kind of like halfway up a block, so this guy should be able to, hopefully, if you demonstrate for me now, you should be able to eat that grass. Oh, it's happening. It did it, perfect. And it's never going to splat because, yeah, it's actually hovering. Right now, if this thing was to touch that dirt block, it would instantly obliterate itself because it's technically falling. At the moment, it is falling constantly and building up all this falling momentum, power, speed, whatever you want to call it. But all we need to do is get a grass block to come out here. And with a little redstone line back here, we can successfully, whoop, do that and give all of these guys a chance to get a little bit warmer, get their coats back, get some grass block in them. I have put some grass blocks all back here so that when these retract, obviously they're going to be retracted as dirt blocks again. They need to regrow, which also means the block above the grass here, even when it's been retracted, it needs to be grassable. It needs to make grass happy, and we can't just have a big gaping hole there. That looks stupid as well, so we're going to have to do a little bit of sciencing to figure out what block goes here. Welcome to my imagination, where not much is going on, clearly. This is where the science really happens, though. You can see we're going to make the random tick speed to 3,000, which is 1,000 times quicker, which means anytime we make some dirt happen like this, it will just grow back almost instantaneously, so we can test things nice and quick. So yeah, having a solid block above this will kill the grass, so that then when this pops out to here, it's not grass anymore. That's no good. We can't do that. Glass, however, does work, but it doesn't really fix the filling in the hole problem that we once had. Doing this slightly makes it a bit more fuzzy, filled in kind of, but no, still no, not happy with that. Glowstone was my next thought, and weirdly, look at that, who would have thought glowstone would have killed it? Grass loves light, and this is basically just 100% light. Don't understand. Also, a lamp will kill it as well, even if you get it powered, it does exactly the same thing. Stupid grass, you don't understand what good light even is. A cauldron, that works. That's something good. That's something we can hold on to. That kind of fills most of the block up quite nicely. Also, a trapdoor isn't too bad as well. If we get it round the right way, for goodness sake. Like that, there we go. Yeah, that's not too bad. Little bit of holes you can see through slightly. One of the weird things that got me, if we place this piston down, just like this, so it's in reverse, a closed piston will kill the grass. But as soon as we extend the piston, oh, now the grass can grow. Yeah, I think it's because this little tiny sliver of light here as well. But now we get onto the real interesting stuff, okay? Shulker boxes. Look at that. It's a full block, completely fills it in, and we also have all 16 colours should we wish to color code every sheep with the color that the sheep's going to be color coded to if we want to. Very, very cool. Big problem. I don't have any of that. That is definitely a big problem. The next thing, which also surprised me, the powdered snow bucket. This has got a very interesting thing as well. Look at that. Bam. It's a full block. It completely covers it over. And it also makes the block underneath, the gross dirt block, almost half of it covered in white as well. Look at that. The grass is only up to there, but when you place that down, bam, more snow, which blends into the wall a lot better. But there is one big issue. It never rains on the server. We're going to put this cauldron down and wait for the rain to come, and it won't. Have you seen it rain on Hermitcraft yet? No, you have not. And the rain will turn to snow up here at this height. It will fill up the cauldron very, very slowly, which means it's possible, but not likely. I think we might need a couple of hundred more cauldrons, which I don't have, but maybe somebody does. And as a big brain smarty pants scientist that I am, I already knew that this would have to happen. So 3 days ago, I already asked for help, and Azuma came over, and let's just roll the clip, shall we? This is what happened 3 days ago. Oh, hey Azuma, you alright?
Hey, Sedef, how's it going?
It's good, man, thank you. Yeah, just digging around at the old lab here.
This place looks very cool.
It's getting there, slowly but surely. Obviously, a little bit unfinished over this side.
I see. So you're after some powdered snow, right?
I am desperate for some powdered snow.
And it doesn't rain often on Hermitcraft.
No.
and that means that you'll probably need a lot of cauldrons. Where's your current setup?
I can take you right to it. Might be a little bit dangerous, but I'm trying not to sleep so that we get the powdered snow.
Well, I too am after powdered snow, and so I'd like to make an investment in your operation. Save me having to do anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's very, very temporary at the moment. I've just chucked as many cauldrons down as I could muster, so...
Yeah, the more the merrier, as the more there are, the better the chances. So, how's about a deal, When you get a couple buckets of powdered snow, you send them my way, yeah?
Okay, man, that sounds good. That sounds good. And
All
in
right,
return,
well,
cauldrons, I'm assuming?
Yeah, how many of these do you think you're going to need?
Oh, well, I
Is what I'm
mean,
wondering.
the more the merrier, right? What?
Yeah?
I mean, don't stop.
I can do this all day.
Well, I would just stand here and breathe it all in. Why am I not picking them up? There we go. Oh, man, a stack of cauldrons.
A stack? Oh, that's so good, isn't it? Like a whole stack of cauldrons. Yeah, that's kind of all right, isn't it?
It's not bad. A stack and a half.
Oh.
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 2 stacks.
Oh.
3 stacks. What?
Oh.
We go in a stack at a time? I'm not going to have enough mountain to cover this.
Yeah.
Have you got any mountain in your pocket?
I don't.
Okay.
This will become like the Iron Mountain.
Yeah, it's going to look
with this.
really cool, actually, when these are all over it.
Yeah, it might have a nice aesthetic to it.
Oh my goodness me. So each one of these has a chance of getting some powdered snow, and you need like 3 layers or something in each one too.
That's right.
Oh,
although
boy.
maybe not while Mumbo's on, he keeps sleeping in the bed.
Oh, I know, he's a lazy guy, so it's bound to happen. But one day, a powdered snow bucket will be born, and on that day, I will be very joyous, and I will bring it back to you and say, "Here, Zuma, have a bucket of powdered snow."
That will be greatly appreciated, because I've basically got the same problem as you, right? Like, it doesn't matter how much iron I got, we need the rain.
Exactly. Well, I've got the snow right here at my base. I'm not sure about you, so I'll be the one to have the Iron Mountain, and we'll team up on it. So
awesome.
Thanks so much for the donation.
All right then, Zed. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, man. Science appreciates your contribution. And back here now to the future, the present. I'm not entirely sure. This is also a pre-recorded video. I'm confused about time. But you can see Iron Mountain in all of its glory here. Both sides of this mountain I've covered. There's 6 stacks of cauldrons here. That is a lot. But as you can see, none of them are full. Not a single one has been completely filled up. We've got a bunch of them that are 2 levels, but we need the full 3 levels of snow to build up in a single cauldron to even be able to pull out a single powdered snow bucket. That looks close. But if we press F3, you'll see over on the right-hand side, level 2, there's not a single one that is completely full up. So we might need to change up our plan a little bit here and figure out a different way of doing this, because this is just going to take too long. And I think that different, better way has been staring us in the face this entire time. Look at this! The stair block, it's not killing the grass because it's like whole air side is allowing the grass to breathe. But if we plop one down like this, it's got a complete coverage. It means the grass can't breathe, and that will actually die. Obviously, we're not in my amazing imagination where everything happens super duper quickly, but yeah, this will definitely kill it. I never realized that block orientation mattered so much. But that totally means down here, we can replace what would have been the snow block, boop, with a little stair block like that, which goes oh so smooth. Oh, you barely even see it. The grass can live a fun, happy life. It doesn't do that thing where the white kind of sinks down halfway. But you know what? That's okay, because there's something else that we can now add. If this is the stair block we're going on, we don't need the pushy indicator block to make the sheep jiggle. We don't need it up there. We can have it all the way down here. It can be part of the stair block. If I can even put it down, because it's so cramped back here, the stair block can be the one to go back and forth, jiggling the sheep. And then we have this little spot. Sheepy, can I get... Oh, there we go. You'll let me do that side. We've got this spare spot up here for something else. The wool wall is going automatic. How could I forget? You can put shears in a dispenser, and that means we can even reach the very top ones without needing any kind of platform or anything. I've hooked up the bottom 4 over here. We can see this thing in action. We just hit the button, and then we wait. Boop, auto shear, everything falls down, and then whenever we want to, we can hit the little lever, like so, and grass pops out, ready to be eaten. Perfect, excellent. If we go behind the scenes and check out how that's working, it's a little bit tight, a little bit cramped, because I'm trying to work on this for all of the layers at once so we don't run into the problem. I'm trying to create like a tileable design. So basically the first thing is the shearing dispensers up here. You can see this redstone line just comes along, just comes up over the top into this block, into each of the side of them, into that one, into there, the same all the way through. We've got to have these 2 repeaters here. This one is very important. If that was dust, it would be bud powering this piston and the grass would come out. So that's the same for all of those. And we need this back piston as well, because we're actually sending a signal through the block underneath. So if the dust was on top, then when this goes off, this chain would also go off too. And you can see exactly how we're doing the sticking the pistons out here. We've just got a line that goes all the way through all of these blocks, under, and it just gives us the ability to be able to poke the grass in and out. Oh, one sheep was starting to eat then. I'm sorry, sheep. I'll leave them out for a little bit. You can get nice and fed. So ideally we want to have this thing on either a button or maybe just a daylight detector or something, so that once per day, whenever we like, we can come over here, we can hit the button, it will shear them all. Oh, eat away. And then it'll automatically put the grass block out for, I don't know, 60 seconds or so. It'll be good to do some experiments on how long it takes a sheep to realize they're levitating above grass. And then eventually these will retract back in. Meanwhile, the indicator wiggliness of every sheep. Now, yeah, that's a different matter. There might be a bit of an issue there. We would have to be pushing this stair block forward. And as you can see, it's quite cramped. If we was to sneak a piston down here, if I even can. That's facing the wrong direction. Right, it's in. You'll see it's a little bit cozy where it is. There's a lot of redstone going around it, and we'll need to independently activate that. There's a bit of space on the right-hand side here where these torches are. I'm hoping we can utilize that. But if I'm honest, right now, we've not got all that much to indicate to us anyway. So let's just get the entire grid of sheep fully functional, fully dyed up, and automated just a little bit more. And we'll also shut them up because that is very noisy. You go blue and shut your face. You go purple and shut your face. You go magenta, shut your face. Pink, face. Rainbow complete. There we are. We have it all 16 different kinds of wool. And we also have a magical lever as well. This thing, when I hit it, it will first shear every sheep. Their drops will all fall down. And then about 4 or 5 seconds later, it will stick out all of the grass blocks ready to eat them up. And then whenever we're done, whenever all of them are nice and woolly again, we can just flick the lever back and all of these will return. Now, I've done a few little other bits as well. This worked out very nicely. The downstairs area from day one has opened up. So I think we're going to have a nice little staircase up this way as well. Maybe just a corridor that goes straight through. Maybe this can be like a balcony area so that we can just look over and see the sheep. I don't know, but the base kind of logistics are coming together quite nicely. And I figured out you could do this with snowballs. Hit a sheep, it bounces around like crazy. It's surprisingly You didn't bounce around like crazy. Boom, boom, boom. Leads need sound effects. They need some kind of like doing noise or something because, I don't know, that's just too fun. Anyway, right, let them all settle. Hopefully they're all roughly in position. Lime green, you're looking a little bit off here. Okay, first official wool test. Here we go. Flick the lever. 3, 2, 1. Bam! Instant! Instant naked sheep. And then all the blocks come out. There we go. Ready for a massive feast. We can go down here, collect all the wool, all the rainbow wool, every single one. Oh, we should keep track. Oh, there's an escapee. We should keep track. We should keep all of this wool in a chest. Look, you've grown it back already. So have you two up there. It's going pretty quick. I wonder how long we will have to keep this out for before we retract it. Oh, they're eating all over the place. It's really cool. I definitely think we're going to hook this up to a daylight detector. So just every morning, every time the sun is just rising, it triggers this thing for just a little while. It'll have to pause all of the jiggling going on because we don't want these sheep jiggling up and down when there's a splattable block directly underneath them. But yeah, they're having a big old feast. Most of them have got their wool back already. It's just a case of letting that grass grow back. I think that's the bit that takes longer. So we'll have to go behind the scenes and make sure there's plenty of other grass blocks back there to really encourage the spread. But I think that's going to be it for today. I am all scienced out. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, you can leave a like, you can comment, You can subscribe. All of those things amazingly help me help the episode as well as these wonderful people whose names are glistening all over your screen right now. These are my wonderful patrons who have helped make this episode possible, have helped keep this channel going. Thank you all so very, very much for your wonderful support. But until the next episode, a good, a bar.